Hello, welcome to Chapter 6 in Business Math called Cash Purchases. This is lesson 6.3 called Unit Pricing. Again, like I say in every one of these videos, make sure you're reading through the chapter, look through the lesson and the examples, understand the terminology and the concepts for that lesson, because as the chapter builds, they do expect you to kind of culminate or keep combining your knowledge from just lesson to lesson. So if we don't understand, if you kind of just get through the steps, you're not going to understand how to use it later in the chapter. So slow down, pay attention to the chapter and the examples there. How do you actually get the answer and why? All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and read the summary here. Many grocery stores give unit pricing information for the products they sell. You can use this information to determine which product size is the best buy based solely on the price. The unit price of an item is its cost per unit of measure or count. So then they give us this formula here. So unit price equals price per item divided by measure or count. So we're looking at buying something that has multiple items in it. We'll go ahead and read this first one here just so you kind of get the idea of what that means. So Willis Rush recently purchased a 5-pound box of treats for his dog. The total purchase price was $8.87. What was the price per pound? And the reason you might want to do this is just to know if you have two items that are priced, but they have different pounds and different dollar amounts, sometimes it can be difficult to compare them. But if you bring them down to a unit price, pretty darn easy. So if you do price per pound, so you're going to do price divided by the pound, because in this case that's the measure, then you can compare both dog treat brands and kind of see which one is the better price. And sometimes you'll find when things are on sale, it looks like a better price because of the wording and the way they've done it, but it's actually not always the better price because it's kind of a manipulation in the wording. So understanding how to calculate unit price is definitely a very good real world skill here. So anyway, enough lecturing there. So we're going to go price per, and that means divide, per pound. And there's 5 pounds here. So we're going to go 8.87 or $8.87. Blah. Wait, little silly there. $8.87 divided by 5. And that will tell us our price per pound. So in this case, we get $1.77 and pieces of a penny there. We generally would kind of knock that off. Usually we wouldn't end up writing this piece because you don't pay for the hundredths of a penny. You would just pay the $1.77, right? So this just gives us a very easy idea. And sometimes we don't round it because it might be that close. One might be 1.774 and the other one's 1.775. Okay, well, technically, very, very little difference, but one is better than the other. It's kind of an idea. All right, so each one of these is the same idea. You're just going to go through and you're going to go price of the item you're buying divided by its measure or its count. So it might be pounds, it might be ounces in this case. So this next one, here's our price, and it's 4 tires. So this one's a little bit more like each. So how much is each tire? You're just going to divide by 4 there. Here's another price, and we have 20 filing cabinets. All right, well, that's again kind of like an each. I just want to know how much does each filing cabinet cost. I don't want to know the total for 20 of them. So you're just going to go through and divide these. Down here, we're going to do a little differently. Boop, boop, boop. I'm scooching this up here. So for number 5 through 8, we're doing multiple steps for each one here. So Market Foods sells 24 cans of soda for $7.79, detergent at $3.89 for 128 ounces, 128 ounce bottles, peanuts at $2.99 for a 14.8 ounce can, and a cooked 2.75 pound chicken half for $365. What is the unit price for each? So you're doing the exact same thing. They're just asking you to do it for 4 items. So for the cans, and they tell you this, that's A, right? We're going to have 779 price per divided by how many do we get? We get 24 cans. And that's going to equal our price per can. And then for detergent, we have $3.89 for our price. We're going to divide by ounces this time because we have 128 ounces. We want to know how much it is per ounce. And that'll give us our price per ounce. So we're going to go through and do the same idea for each one. So for C, we have $2.99 for our price for peanuts. We're going to divide. Again, this one's ounces. It's just a different amount of ounces. Instead of doing the division symbol, I'll keep this consistent. Divide by 14.8 for ounces. So that'll tell us how much it is per ounce there for the peanuts. A cooked 2.75 pound chicken half for $3.65. So there's my price per pound. So make sure, it doesn't matter in what order they give you the information. To do a unit price, you're always going to do price per quantity or measure, whatever it is. If it's ounces, if it's pounds, if it's cans, so that's the other one we did. So it doesn't matter what they're giving you the quantity in. You're just dividing it down to that one unit price of whatever the quantity is. But make sure you put dollars first. And so when you type it in your calculator, you do dollars divided by quantity. All right. So that's pretty much it for the whole section here. So I'll let you guys finish that up. I hope that helped, and I will see you in section 4.